Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and my name is Siri. In this video, we are going to talk about how to stop translating and how to start thinking in English. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Talking about translation, in my opinion, translation has positives and negatives. Talking about positives, I've actually done my practice through translation. How? I watch a lot of Telugu movies because Telugu is my mother tongue. So I watch a lot of Telugu movies. I watch a lot of other South Indian movies as well. I'm obsessed with South Indian movies, to be honest. Now, whenever I'm watching a South Indian movie, the one thing that I make sure is to switch on the subtitles. Even though I know the language, I make sure that I switch on the subtitles. Why? Because I just want to see the translation. I just want to see how the dialogues or how whatever is said in the movie is being translated into English. To just observe that, I would switch on the subtitles all the time. Now, if I like a dialogue in the movie, even I would translate it sometimes. In the perspective of practice, I feel translation is great. It has its benefits and it's a good way of practicing as well. Okay, and I sometimes even translate things from my mother tongue. I just say a random sentence in Telugu and I think, how can we actually say this in English? So this can act as a way of practice. Now, talking about negatives, it creates a lot of confusion. Okay, for practice it's good, but when you are speaking right in the moment, you're required to speak in English. But then if you're translating, that acts as a negative point. Okay, we should stop doing that because that creates a lot of confusion at that particular moment, which we don't want to happen. We have to be clear about what we are speaking. Now, to avoid translating, we are supposed to make this or build this habit of thinking in English. Yes, it's difficult right in the initial days because we are habituated to think in our mother tongue from a very long time, and suddenly if we have to think in English, that's a very big change that we need to make. Now, I'll tell you a few steps to follow if you want to think in English. These steps, these are the ones that I follow and that I've followed. I just want to tell you guys about all the tips that I have followed. Okay, talking about tip number 1, I am always thinking no matter where I am. So there's a lot of distance that I need to walk to reach my college. So whenever I'm walking on the road, I'm thinking something or the other. You're constantly thinking about something or the other thing, right? So when I'm walking on the road, I see a lot of vehicles passing by. I see a lot of stuff on the road. You see a lot of trees. There's a lot that you see on the roads, right? So what I generally do is I just start to think or create a scenario based on the things that I see in front of me. Like if there's a car going and I see which company the car belongs to, and I'll start thinking deep about it. Okay, this company is owned by whom, and what is the model of this car? Okay, I'm trying to find a way to think in English. This is something that I always do. Even now I do it. And when I'm going on the road, I just think about myself randomly. I just ask myself that, do I actually look good today? Is my dress good? Is it not good? Okay, after going to college, what is the thing that I need to do? Is there any free period today? Is any teacher absent today? So this is something that I think about. Okay, in my case, it's college. In your case, it could be something. You're generally, when you find some time, just try to ask a couple of questions to yourself and you just need to answer them. That's it. Now, whatever I have told you just now, my dress looks good, it doesn't look good. So these are all the small sentences. They don't even need any kind of advanced English knowledge. They are such a basic sentences. So there's no excuse to give in that case. Okay. And the next one is, this might sound funny, but it actually helped me. So when I'm organizing something at home, let's say if I'm organizing my bookshelf, okay, I pretend as if I'm teaching how to organize a bookshelf to somebody. I pretend I am actually not teaching that to someone, but I pretend as if I'm teaching that to somebody. Okay, and that too in mind. In mind, I just think about every step that I do. Now, how do we actually organize a bookshelf? We just need to take off all the books that are there in the bookshelf and put it on the ground or anywhere, and then we just need to wipe off all the dust that is there on the bookshelf and clean the bookshelf properly, and then we have to separate the books that we don't need and the books that we need. After that, we have to place the books according to their size and shape so that it looks attractive when someone looks at it. Okay, so this is how we organize a bookshelf basically, right? So if I have to explain this to somebody, this is how I explain. Now I'll tell you the benefits of doing this. You're thinking in English consciously, and you're also trying to build your vocabulary, wiping off the dust, separating it, arranging it. So this is all the basic vocabulary that you get to learn. And you could be getting a doubt that, okay, if we don't know the words, what can we do about it? If you don't know the words, you have your smartphone in your hands. You can use it to the best. Try to Google it up right then and there itself, and your doubt is going to be solved. Okay? And one more tip I would like to tell you is to talk about any random topic in your mind, like anything that would do well. See, we never stop thinking, right? We are always thinking about somebody, we are always thinking about something, we are always thinking about our career, whatever it is. All you have to make sure is to think in English. That's it. And as I told you, it's going to be difficult right in the beginning. At least for the first 10 days, you got to be conscious while you are thinking in English. Whenever your mind shifts to thinking in your mother tongue, okay, remind it that you have to think in English. You have to put a conscious effort that you have to think in English no matter what for the next 10 days. Okay, it's like a challenge that you're giving for yourself. And if you do it for the next 30 days, I'm sure the 31st day, I'm not saying that you would completely think in English, but you are going to be comfortable thinking in English, which is going to avoid this problem of translating slowly. Okay, because as I told you, translating is confusing sometimes, and our mind our mind has that capacity to actually think in two languages. Now, when I'm speaking to my mom, when I'm speaking to my parents, I speak in Telugu, then I think in Telugu. But when I am required to speak in English, I have to speak in English because I want to be clear at that one particular moment. I don't want any kind of confusion, right? So this is how it is going to help you, and this is how thinking in English is going to help you to avoid this problem of translating. Alright, so that is it for the video, guys. I just hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a like and share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will see you guys very soon, and do let me know in the comment section how did you like the video. I'll see you soon. Till then, you take care.